Yo! Welcome everybody. Good to
Please
see you,
choose your
Zoffer.
skill level.
Boix. Choose your skill level. Comment autumnal. Welcome. As a music nerd, you're hyped for Loom. Hadn't
Please
heard of it
choose
before,
your
but
skill
sounds
level.
interesting. Is there a... I don't know if there's a... There very well could be a musical...
Please choose
Oh
your
my
skill
God, please.
level.
Sorry, just one moment. Loom. Loom versus Doom. Let's see. Okay.
Please
Oh
choose
my
your
goodness.
skill level.
Yeah, I know, Kitty. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yo, Andy, how you
Please
doing?
choose your skill level.
Welcome. Standard? I didn't know that there was a...
Welcome to the age of the great guilds.
I had no idea this was music coded. I don't know anything about Loom other than it's a LucasArts adventure game, but different than pretty much all the other LucasArts adventure games, in that it is a far more serious adventure game, from my understanding. I know so little about Loom. Monkey Island is about my only look at Loom at all. But yes, it's DOScider. For those that don't know, this is our show. Thank you for that raid, Andy. Sorry, you got me right as I'm starting the intro here. Maybe I'll let this play for a moment and then I'll talk about what we're doing today.
Son of Signa, it is the dawn of your 17th year. The elders await you in the sanctuary.
Yo, you're hitting that spice pretty hard.
I'm known to weave such a bright messenger nymph. I wonder why the elders want to see me. I'd better get down to the village.
Okay. So, welcome everybody. This is DOScider. Every Monday, we have subs and patrons will put in games that they request for me to do and rank on our list of DOS games. We're at about 160 some now. Let's just pull up that list and go over it real quick. This is going to be a special episode because for some of these adventure games, we normally do like an hour or so for a game. Kind of depends on, you know, how much time I would actually need to realistically get a feel for the game. The adventure games take a little bit longer, though, I think. Like, a lot of them they're more in-depth, so we're doing a special episode where it's only Loom for the next few hours. But we now have, on our list, 161 games ranked out of DOS stuff. We have the top 10, Day of the Tentacle, Doom, NetHack, Maniac Mansion, Wing Commander, Star Wars Dark Forces, Command & Conquer, and then Command & Conquer Red Alert, Descent, and Warcraft 2. And then, of course, the bottom 10. We got Boppin'. We got Tongue of the Fat Man. Getting close to not being on the bottom 10 anymore. Descent 2, Undermountain, an RPG than Descent Engine, International Ninja Rabbits, Scunny Lost in Space, our only Scunny game left on the bottom 10, Terror in Christmas Town, The Flintstones, and The Jetsons, First Person Pinball, and then, of course, All Dogs Go to Heaven. So if you want to check out any of these games that might be on the list, see where they are at, we have the episode number on the right-hand side, so that's the number there. You can go to our NeoCities page that I put up, doscider.neocities.org. And of course, if you're a sub or a patron, you can jump onto the Discord, and we have a channel that's only for subs and patrons, and you can request a game every month to be ranked onto this list. I will fill out with my own choices in between that. But yo, welcome everybody. Thank you, Andy, for that host. Sorry that I didn't get around to it until just now. Andy is a wonderful streamer. You should all definitely check out Andy AML. All of this is a little bit slower than normal because I am, well, you know, little busted up. Thankfully, Loom will be a very easy one-handed game, I assume. Being a point-and-click adventure. And let's get into it. For those that don't know me, I suppose I should also say this. Hi, I'm Ilian. I do, obviously, this little show, ranking DOS games, but I do a ton of other stuff. We do lots of roguelikes on the weekends, old CRPGs, tons of stuff like that. Mostly now. I've been streaming for about 10 years. Now I mostly do old PC games and like roguelikes, things like that. But I've done a lot of stuff throughout the years. Alright. Let's make sure that I just get everything set up, ready to go, and we'll dig our teeth into Loom. Leaf.
The last leaf of autumn.
Okay. So we don't get to pick that up, huh? Huh. It's interesting that it doesn't have, like, the Maniac Mansion style that you would expect. Oh. Oh. Sky.
It's dawn.
Okay.
It's dawn. It's dawn.
There we go, okay. Weird spot to click to get out of that. Oh, and strange. Definitely a strange part of some of these adventure games is it's neat when they get like these perspectives. The art is really nice, especially for 1990, but it can be a little bit awkward when they start doing, you know, layers of background and stuff that you can walk across. As cool as it looks, it can also get a little confusing as to where the hell am I supposed to be clicking to get out of here? Ooh.
Don't these people ever clean up after themselves? Don't these people ever clean up after themselves?
Okay. It doesn't seem like we're picking things up. I suppose if I was smart, I'd open the manual. As a point-and-click adventure game, I generally assume that we don't have to, but... Function keys, save progress, F5 to load, bypass cutscene, hit escape. Not really gonna want to do that. Okay, yeah, there's not really any extra keys or anything in there. After choosing a proficiency mode. These modes will determine how Loom's user interface will behave as you play. In standard mode, a distinct segment of the distaff will glow whenever you hear or spin a musical thread. A musical staff between the distaff helps you identify the threads you hear. In practice mode, a small box appears beneath the musical staff whenever a thread is heard or spun. And it records up to 4 notes and displays their corresponding letters. Huh. I had no idea that there was a music component to this. And then in expert mode, the distaff does not glow in response to musical threads. And there's no musical staff to help you identify the threads you hear. So you have to play the game by ear. I'm glad that I picked standard. Let me just put it that way. I have done music in my day. At one point, I got decent at the piano. I used to do some singing and things like that, but playing by ear was never my forte.
I already know what's in it.
So it doesn't seem like we actually get an inventory, which is
Grass
interesting.
green. I hate that colour.
Okay. So that's just making musical notes. Huh.
It's still dripping. What a mess. This wall hasn't been dyed yet.
Okay, can't go into that one. Went into here. Let's keep looking around, I suppose. Big tent. Very big tent. You played this back when it came out, and it's one of your favorite games. Yeah, I never heard anything about Loom back in the day, and almost nothing now. Really, most of my exposure to Loom as a concept was the joke in Monkey Island that's the ad for
Last
it.
section tells about the decline of the guilds.
And honestly, I didn't even know
There's a
about Monkey
third
Island that
shadow
much. Like, I
gathering.
mean...
That's strange. The end is completely torn off.
Like, I definitely knew of Monkey Island, and I knew about Monkey Island, but I just, like, I didn't have a lot of experience playing Monkey Island either. It's just...
That's strange. The end is completely torn off.
I always knew about the joke in Monkey Island, and I'd
There's
seen
Hedgehog.
that, like,
The
screenshot.
elders don't look at all pleased with her.
You have heard the findings of this council, Dame Hetchel? Have you anything to say in your own defense?
My elders, my actions speak for themselves.
This reckless defiance is intolerable. Any secret you share with Cigna's son might be turned against us.
His talent is awakening, and the power is very strong in him. We dare not desert him now.
Stubborn old fool, who are you to decide such things?
Enough, Lachesis. Hetchel, I am grieved to see your many years of service end in such disgrace.
My destiny is yours to weave.
Hetchel, the fabric of your life has been woven by your own choices.
Gaze once more upon the great Loom, if you would know your ultimate destiny. For that destiny is now upon you.
Swan's egg. What does it mean?
Something is deeply wrong. That draft has never failed before.
What is that noise? Outside!
The guild is under attack.
Who dares to desecrate the great Loom of the Weavers?
This is the work of that demon boy. We should kill him while we still can.
Your name will be cursed forever, son of Cigna, Loom child, Bobbin Threadbare.
My name? But I had nothing to do with this. Wait, where are you going? No explanations,
Huh.
no goodbyes. And once again, I'm left behind.
This is a really interesting start for a story. It's very strange. Hey, Blue Frost, you missed the explanation the other day about my fingers, everything on the up and up. No, I can go into it real quick. Very brief story. 7 weeks ago now or so, I dislocated this finger. I tried to see a bunch of doctors in between there. The doctors generally would look at it for like, they'd go like this and they'd go, yeah, looks fine. And then tell me to leave. That was about the most that I ever got it looked at, but it was still hurting, and it started like curling more and more into a weird claw, and I couldn't move it. And I was like, this doesn't seem good. So eventually I paid instead to go to a physiotherapist, and that physiotherapist gave me a bunch of exercises, but also said, this doesn't seem right. Maybe I should send you on to like a specialist, and got me a referral to the hand therapy clinic that was in the hospital where I got this originally looked at from like going in an ambulance and getting it looked at. I went into the hand therapy clinic and she goes, oh, Jesus Christ. She's like, they've been telling you to move it, huh? And I'm like, yep. She goes, no. The first thing, it is standard practice. She's like, anytime there is a finger dislocation, period, straight up, every doctor in our city should know that they send you a referral to a plastic surgeon in this hand therapy clinic in this hospital that day. She's like, and then almost always the surgeon will look at it, go, yeah, it's probably not something I can do, but you need to talk to a hand therapist. So 6 weeks late, I finally actually saw the person I was supposed to see day one, and she goes, we have to start your therapy over from the beginning. So bad news, everything is over, like, it's basically as bad as it was right from the first day that I broke it. Good news, she said that she thinks that she can get it back to actually having motion and being more pain-free. In the meantime, it hurts like hell because it wasn't straight. So I think that splinting it had, like, it's forcing it straight, and it sucks. It sucks a lot. So if you see me kind of going every once in a while, it's just because my finger hurts like hell. Anyway, back to the game. But I'll work towards it. I'm like this for 2 weeks, and then they slowly wean me off of this and decide if I need surgery and all kinds of things at that point. It's sucked. It's, like I said, it's been really unpleasant, but I have another week and a half of this before I even start thinking about taking it off. So, yeah, we'll go from there. But as Blake said, yeah, I mean, back to this game. This is a really neat setup and world so far. Like, it's very mysterious and weird, and I definitely like that. And the art is really cool. Okay. So the staff is corresponding.
Those are the same 4 threads spun by the elders.
Huh. I really didn't expect it to be music
Still
with the
echoing
loom.
in the loom. It's
Okay,
heavier
so
than it
now we
looks.
have it.
It might help to point at something first.
Okay, so we point at the loom and then... Okay. Gotcha. Egg.
The egg it's trying to open.
They really missed a good joke of having it just be EGG. Although I think that, like I said, this game, my understanding...
There's my boy.
What's happening? The whole village has flown away without us.
From
This is
the
a more
moment
serious
you
game.
came into this world, Bobbin, great and terrible things have been happening. The elders hoped that your birth was the cause of it.
Why would the elders want to get rid of me? I'm such an awful weaver that they never even let me study with the others.
They fear you, Bobbin. When the swan arrived, they were already trying to weave the same draft on you that they had worked on me. But the draft turned against them. It means only one thing. that the pattern is failing of its own accord.
No. Can't it be stopped?
Stop chaos? The only thing to do is embrace it and turn ourselves into creatures of shadow, or plan our escape.
Escape? To where?
I don't know. But if we are to survive, we must find out where that flock has flown and join them if we can. You've already found Atropos's distaff. Good. You won't be able to weave very much with it at first, but as you practice, its true power will be revealed to you. It's time to leave this island, Loom child. Your destiny lies beyond the sunset, across the sea.
Mother Hetchel, where are you going?
Goodbye, Bobbin. I must follow the swans.
Huh.
Well, this is a fine mess. Everybody's gone and I still don't understand what's going on. Why do they keep calling me Loom child? Nobody's ever let me anywhere near a loom.
So there was definitely... Okay.
That thread's too high for me.
That's I'm like, we can't do any of those yet, right? Yeah. Nothing about the broken shell. Right. The torn tapestry.
That's strange. The end. That's strange. The end is completely torn off. That's I guess that isn't a draft.
Yeah, anyway, here's Wonderwall. You can probably give them a really good rendition of hot cross buns. And in this world, that seems like it might actually get me cinnamon buns. Dang. Man, I could use some cinnamon buns. I don't think I ever looked at this one.
There's the long tapestry. I don't remember it looking so old and frayed. The pattern shows the entire history of the Weavers, back to the founding of the great guilds.
It's avian phobic that nobody's just bringing you Cinnabons right now. Yeah, exactly. But you can't eat them. They're like 90% sugar. Oh yeah, they're so sweet. Diabetic then, I guess?
Here's more of the tapestry. The threads describe the creation of the world and the passing of the two shadows.
If you know me, I really like this style of storytelling in a way where they just... To an extent, there's a right way to do it, but where your characters are just kind of like... They're not sitting there going to explain, oh, well, this is what the two shadows are. It's like, no. You're in this world. Why would you not, like... Oh, yeah, this shows how Satan beats God. And you're like, okay, well, I mean, that makes sense to us because we live in this world. In this world, they understand what the two shadows in the creation story is. They don't need to tell you. You might slowly, like, kind of piece it together, but I always like that. Hey, Ghidorah, good to see you. Why did I jump in the water? Weird. In a Sierra game, I'd already be dead. Yes. In a Sierra game, if I hadn't clicked on that leaf at the beginning of the game, then I'd have already lost, like, 3 hours later. So can I turn the clam into a gull? Is that what it is? Weird. Okay.
Ugh. Ugh.
Well, fed the gull.
Maybe I should stand a bit closer.
Oof. I don't want to jump in the water. Stop. Was that the song of the opening that I used on the egg, too? Yeah. I think you're right. Because it's ECED. So it definitely seems like a song of opening, I guess. Okay. Although, it's weird that we heard it while on the gull?
Well, that didn't work.
So maybe you're right. Maybe it is to open things. Oops. Okay, we can't look at the sky there. Man, this art is really neat. So if it's a song of opening, does it also close? This is a really, really unique...
It's already open.
Like, okay, it is, yeah. This is a really unique kind of puzzle-solving mechanic, too, for these adventure games. Huh. Alright, so we have an ECED as a way to open things. This seems like a game where I'm going to want to take some notes. This is a really, really cool idea for an adventure game, though. Like, I had no idea that it did all this stuff. It's so non-traditional.
There's an owl in there.
D. It played only D?
There's an owl in there.
Hmm. Nope. Oops.
I guess that isn't a draft.
Yeah, so drafts are like the songs we use to open stuff. I was wondering how the puzzle part of this would work. Because if we don't have an inventory...
Wait, that hole's already wide open.
Huh. DC.
Another owl.
Wait. Okay. Hold up. Yeah, my inventory is music, which is just rad. That's so cool.
Didn't know there were so many owls in these woods.
Alright, so DCC. There's some draft here. Some kind of music.
That one is empty.
Oh. And owl. Okay, so we currently have DCC. I'm guessing that a lot of the drafts are 4? This one goes D, C.
There's an owl in there.
I wonder what the owl will line up to for music. So now they're all playing the full thing. Huh. And there's a few holes here. This one has another owl in it.
There's an owl in there.
And then this one does not have an owl in it, so I'm guessing we need to try and get the owl on the
Still
next page
empty.
into it. Yeah, that would make sense. Hey, buddy.
He's
Owl.
fast asleep.
Okay, so does this wake them? Is this a song of awakening?
I guess that isn't a draft. Ouch.
Oh! Oh, God! Nature. Ah, so now we get it in there and we get a little bit of the last piece of draft. Sure. D,
All the
C,
holes are
C,
full now.
D. So what would this... That was an opening one, the ECED. DCCD is... I don't know.
There's an owl in there.
Okay. Grave.
Destiny shall draw the lightning down from heaven, roll its thunder far across the sea, to where I wait upon the shore of wonder, on the day the sky is opened and the tree is split asunder.
Do we want to play a song of opening over this grave? I mean, I guess
I
so.
want to point at something first.
Okay, yeah, fine.
The day the sky is opened.
Okay. I see. Yeah, so we have the song of opening. Okay, so what is D?
That draft doesn't seem to work in cemeteries.
What does it do? I don't know what that one does. Is it like a flight? I wonder. We should open the sky, because that's pretty obviously what it wants us to do. But what if we just try and open the grave? How bad could that be? Oh, ooh, boy. That took a... Sure.
Just as well. Some things are better left alone.
I love that it had a little something for that. Smart. Please don't open graves. Nope. Damn it.
I guess that isn't... Maybe I should stand a bit closer.
To the sky? Do I need to climb something? How the fuck do I stand closer to the sky?
Maybe I should stand a bit closer.
Did it say something about the tree being split? Huh.
Destiny shall draw the lightning down from heaven, roll its thunder far across the sea, to where I wait upon the shore of wonder, on the day the sky is opened and the tree is split asunder.
The day the sky is opened.
We could maybe go back to the beginning, because that was on a big hill. And we could see the sky there. So that certainly could be it. Now, let's just go back up. It certainly makes a lot of sense. Oh my god. Oh, right, we don't climb up here. It's further on. And so I do love a lot of art like this, but it is kind of obnoxious sometimes when, it can get a little, difficult to know where you're actually supposed to go. So look at the sky. There we go. And the tree is split, and a weird dragon thing comes going out. Okay, onto the dock. Oh, no, 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 no. You do not get my coffee. You still do not get my coffee.
Is it over?
Huh. Okay, so can't get anything from the split tree. It's interesting that it kind of operates... I was saying that this is a lot different than a lot of adventure games, but when I think about it, it kind of operates on a lot of the same level in that you have verbs still. Like, this is just open as a verb. It's just that you do it in a very esoteric way that feels different. Man, it's really neat. Good suggestion, boy, because this is a cool little...
Looks like breakfast is over.
This is a very interesting little game. Alright, so we've now got the boat. Boat, I guess? There we go. This does not seem seaworthy. This doesn't seem like we should do this. Do we have food? Supplies? We're gonna get cold. Legs in the ocean? Hope we're in a tropical climate. What if I don't want to get too much closer than that? Alright, well, I guess we have to. F, D, D, E.
I think that's close enough.
Okay. We don't know what that one does either. It's maybe worse than a rowboat shaped like Jeff Bezos' face. That is a... Interesting reference. I think I might have fucked up. Well, Sierra has killed me again. If this is Sierra. You'll notice on my list of games that we've ranked on DOS.
Let's try this again, shall we?
Sierra ones have been not as highly ranked as the LucasArts ones. Just my own personal thoughts on some of that. Okay. Maybe it's a song of sleeping? So it'll like...
That draft doesn't seem to work on waterspouts.
God, what would that be? The one that we got from the owls? I don't think we want to open the water spout. And we could certainly play the music that we just got from the water spout in the water spout.
There must be some way I can untwist it.
Okay. And I mean, the water spout one, I can't even...
That thread's too high for me.
Do that yet. Can I go... I can't go around it? No. Alright. Oh. There's really nothing there to do. Gotcha. Huh. Sorry. Accidentally clicked off of Scum VM here. That wasn't what I was trying to do. So I wonder, since it's all the owls in there, what if we play the owl song at one of the gulls? Maybe that'll give us a clue?
No, that's not right.
We didn't actually re-look at all of the music stuff that we found in here either.
Don't these people ever clean up after themselves?
So, I mean, opening the gold doesn't really make sense. But let's see about... Does the owl one do anything?
That must not be the right draft.
Maybe we open it up and move it out of the way?
That must not be the right draft.
Yeah. And that makes sense. It just doesn't seem right. I don't know what the DCCD one is, though. Like, that owl song. Because it's just owls sleeping. So is it a song of sleeping? Maybe? Could be. All right, let's see what this music is.
It's still dripping. What a mess.
G-E-E... G-E-E-D. I only know what one of these songs does so far. We can't look at the book again.
Grass green. I hate that color. No, that's not right. This wall hasn't been dyed yet.
It has no music associated with it. I'm wondering if, like, the flask...
This wall hasn't been dyed yet.
Gives us some amount of... Oh. CCC.
Grass green. I hate that color.
I was thinking the flask would maybe be the color, and that would actually, like, dye things. But now there's a dye pot, too, so maybe... Be weird to want to dye it grass green, because we hate that color. There we go, it does work.
Color
Okay.
changed.
Huh. Okay, so we can change colors. Tap my finger on the desk. Give me a second. Green dye. Huh.
Ugh, green again.
Now if we need to kill anything, we have a dye spell. Just for you, egrets. So what if I dye one of the tapestries? Thank you. Let's just fuck with our history.
The pattern shows the entire history of the Weavers, back to the founding of the great guilds.
And there was an end missing on this one. We don't have anything that necessarily repairs yet. Although we don't know, because we've got a few songs that I don't know what they are, like that DCCD.
The end is completely torn off.
I'm gonna turn the whole world green. Fuck everyone. Huh. It's funny that it doesn't seem to do anything. Other than change the color. It's nice that they have that, though. That's really cool. Actually, like... letting the failed attempts, like, still do a thing is neat.
Draft must not work on tapestries.
What if it were green? I'm gonna weave it into the very fabric of reality.
Well, that didn't work.
Well, fine. Guess I don't have that much power, but, you know, I wanted to. What's it gonna do? Weave green into all of reality? What's the problem? Green's already all over the place. It's okay. Still just like continually thinking about what the fuck does like DCCD? What would that do? What is like opening makes sense. We have to do that for the egg. The egg opens. Okay, fine. So that, you know, like it was the sound of the egg, and then we get that. You get the dye pot, and you get CCCD, and it turns things green. We find 4 owls, and it's DCCD, and it's like, what the... What do 4 owls have to do with anything? Like, what action would that do? And I don't know.
That didn't help at all.
I'm a menace. I can't be stopped. Everything's green.
That didn't help at all.
Hey, Doom. Good to see you. Or Doom. I saw the D and I saw you say Loom and my brain just broke. Hello, Death Incarnate. Name starts with D. Game is Loom. Must be Doom. Better let me do this. You can definitely die a seagull, right?
Well, that didn't work.
Dang. Ask me about Doom. Hey, what about Doom? The game's pretty good. That game's really good. I believe that Doom is still... Is Doom still in second place? It is. Deservedly. It should have let me die a seagull. Right? They fucked up.
There's an owl in there.
Okay, so we have the song of opening, the song of green, and the song of owl. I don't...
I guess that draft doesn't apply to
Damn
owls.
it. Oh. We can still click on the bramble.
Ouch. I don't think you can weave with thorns.
Destiny shall draw the lightning down from heaven, roll its thunder far across the sea, to where I wait upon the shore of wonder, on the day the sky is opened and the tree is split asunder.
So we've already kind of seen
The
that.
sky is opened.
And that did make sense. We can't open the sky here. We already did that anyway.
Maybe I should stand a bit closer.
And that part made a lot of sense. Yeah, I saw the seagull in curry sauce was very funny. That he's like, oh my god, there's an invasive weird species that came over as a parrot from somewhere to England. Or it's a seagull that got real nasty with some curry. One or the other. The gull didn't get real nasty with just some curry. It's a gull. It always was nasty. Okay, that's true. Can't go around it. Did this.
That draft doesn't seem to work on water spouts.
And like we know we've got
That's
an F
too high for me.
thread, but we don't have a way to unlock that yet. And I don't think turning the spout green's going to help us.
That draft doesn't seem to work on water spouts.
Opening the water spout doesn't seem like it would work either. I think we already did that.
That didn't help at all. There must be some way I can untwist it.
I do like the idea of an untwisting spell. We haven't seen any... I haven't seen anything that would make sense with yet. I'm missing something, and I don't know what. I feel like we've explored all the areas on the island, and I've gotten a bunch of stuff, but some of it I can't play, and I've tried to play everything else. Like, we turned all the tapestries green like a dummy. What if I turn the gold green? Be funny.
That must not be the right draft.
Dang. I'm feeling very stupid with this game right now, but I'm very intrigued. Like the little chimney that this thing has.
Grass green. I hate that colour. Grass green. I hate that colour.
It seems like we should learn another color somehow. Or it's just all the weavers are like, no, sorry. For some weird reason, I can't tell you why. The only color that gets weaved is green. Everything goes to green. It's like fucking crabs.
It's much too green already.
Yo! Author Blues, welcome. Good to see you. Hello, all you wonderful raiders. We're doing a little bit of Loom. I'm sure you've heard of it. The newest adventure phenomenon from Brian Moriarty. I did not know anything about Loom coming into this. This was requested by Boix. Any subs and patrons...
Very nice.
Thank you for the follow. Can jump into the Discord. It's free for everybody, but we have a special channel where we do ranking DOS games. This is DOScider, and we're doing a special today to go over a little bit of Loom for the first time. So I've ranked 161 games. There is a big list of them on a NeoCities website that I've got. Right there. And one game a month gets requested by subs or patrons. Like, every sub or patron can request a game a month, and I'll rank them up. So it's been a lot of fun. Slowly going through a bunch of games that I knew, and a ton of them that I didn't. This is one of the ones that I didn't. I had no idea that there was, like, a song portion to this. It's really neat, though. Yeah, this is a really interesting game so far. I've definitely liked it. And I know that Oth was playing it not that long ago, so I guess that I can look very foolish because I have no idea what I'm doing, and I've gotten myself stuck already.
What a mess.
We just found out, like, we've got the owl song, but I don't know what that would be. Wait. Because and this is G-E-E-D, right?
It's still dripping. What a mess.
You briefly held the world record on this? Hell yeah, Eon. But yeah, welcome everybody. I will definitely give a shout out to very, very cool streamer Author Blues. For those that don't know me, by the way, although you might have seen me streaming a little bit of Might and Magic with Auth, because that's kind of what I do. I do a lot of old roguelikes and PC games, so obviously doing the DOS stuff, but doing tons and tons of, like, old RPGs as well. I've really been into Geneforge 2 recently is kind of the playthrough that we're doing right now on other days. Which, if you've never played Geneforge, oh my god, there's the Geneforge 2 remake is what I'm doing specifically. I did not know that those games were as good as they were, and they're incredible. Nothing with the smoke. God, why? It's a sleeping owls. What would, like, can we put things to sleep then? I feel like we used the DCCD on the gulls and it didn't do anything. Which is the owl song.
That must not be the right...
There are 4 of them. Wait a minute. Does that mean that we need to match it? Do they actually, like, correspond to the holes of the owls? It seemed like the songs have been currently very generic. Like, there's, like, a song of opening, a song of dying green. But maybe... So, like, it's on D. Oh, no, okay, so that one's DCC. Or did they all do it now?
There's an owl in there.
Fuck. Because originally they did it as, like, one was D, then one was DC, and then one was DCC.
There's an owl in there.
No, now they're all just that. Huh. I feel like such a fool with this
There's an
game.
owl in there.
It's the song of owls. The song of putting owls into things. I'm gonna hate myself the minute I figure this out.
That draft doesn't seem to work in cemeteries. I don't think you can weave with thorns.
I guess not to do with holes, right? Like, oh my god, this is killing me. I'm loving the way that this is... It's so funny because when you think about it, it's really not different than like an inventory system and just rubbing items on items. But that layer of abstraction to make it musical is really cool. Oh, I can look at the sky from here. Interesting. Hey, Cowking, good to see you.
Maybe I should stand a bit closer.
I'll keep looking for a minute myself, Boix, but thank you. I do really appreciate the offer. We've got a lot of time, though. We've barely started Loom. Green the sky.
That must not be the right draft.
Nope, not. That's not what I meant to hit. Shit. Just to have it be done.
I guess that isn't a draft. There's enough light coming out of it already.
There's enough light coming out of it already. Light coming out of it? The owls offer us to see in the dark, then? That might be it. There is that dark area with the gold. So maybe we just need to see that better? Let's look in here. Might have... Oh, yeah. Fuck, I didn't see these eyes. Okay. If I had seen these eyes, I think I'd have immediately connected that it lets us see in the dark.
That must not be the right draft.
What? No. Okay. Okay, I just pressed something wrong, thank God. Ooh.
Don't these
I
people
looked
ever
away.
clean up after themselves?
Straw. Okay, so spin the straw to gold. Gotcha. Huh. CCCE. So that's spin? Alright, so that is light. CCCE is spin? Maybe? Question mark. Did I listen to the accompanying audio drama for this game? No. There's an accompanying audio drama? What?
Very nice.
Yo, thanks for the follow.
No, that's not right.
Because I did. Okay. That might help us untwist this water spout. You can find it on YouTube. It has the backstory from before the game starts. Oh, dang. I didn't know that.
Don't these people ever clean up after themselves?
I can't imagine we'd want to spin this yet. Aw, thanks, Binder. Yeah. Tina's great. We were playing... Ooh. Oh, we unlocked the F! Okay, so now we have FDDE, which was from... the Flask? I should have written that down. I wrote down the actual thing, but not where it was from. Yeah, Tina is very smart. We played Mogus on Kobuddy's channel, or Kobuddy had set up a whole thing very recently. We've done a lot of Mogus with Tina in the past. Tina is scary at Mogus.
It's still dripping. What a mess.
No, this was the G. Okay. So that means the F was... Oh, God. What was FDDE? Where was the F from? Okay, I should also put, like... Flask/drip next to that one. I love a game where you have to keep some notes on it.
Don't these people ever clean up after themselves?
Was it the spout?
That's not the right draft for gold.
It might have been. Next special stream, La Mulana. I have been so tempted for so long to do La Mulana. Oh, I've really wanted to, media. La Mulana is exactly the kind of game that I think I'd love. The original game came with a book of patterns for you to write your drafts in. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. You definitely need it. I'm that kind of person for sure. I mean, we've done a lot of the old RPGs and stuff, so it's very common to have to write a lot of notes. La Mulana is extremely my kind of game. We've been going through, until I broke my finger, so I'm still at least like a month away, I'm guessing, before I can maybe use WASDA again. Hopefully I can. I spent 6 weeks not getting better and then finding out that every doctor that I had seen had told me that it was wrong. Every doctor that had told me to do things with my finger was entirely wrong, and I saw a specialist and they were like, what the fuck are all these idiots doing? But I've been playing Noida for a while, and I finally got to like some real wild shit in Noida, which, you know, took me 300 hours of playing. And yes, La Mulana is for sickos, positive, yes. I'm very much down for that kind of thing. Noida also. If you haven't seen Noida, my god. But yeah, I've actually made it where I'm in the middle of the Sun Quest. I have a broken run, and I can't finish it because I can't use WASDA, and it's the worst. It's been sitting there for like a month and a half, just waiting for me to get all of like the hardest achievements in Noida. Noida, if you don't know, was partially done, because it's like kind of a group effort by a bunch of Finnish devs, by Hempuli, creator of Baba Is You. Noida being an extremely esoteric roguelike. It looks like a 2D platformer, and it is not. It's not at all. It is... There are people with 10,000 plus hours in that game, and there are still puzzles that have not been solved. There's all kinds of weird cryptographs, and it's incredible. It's a really, really cool little thing. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go back down to the boat. Let's go to that water spout. I'm pretty sure FDDE was the water spout. Noida is a fluid dynamic simulator with a roguelike grafted on top. It's more of a full world simulator with fluid dynamics and a roguelike grafted on top. It's a 2D platformer by way of Dwarf Fortress. Because, like, everything is simulated. Everything. All the enemies, you're like, oh, okay, well, you know, it's got, like, a bunch of enemies going around. And then you start realizing that there's perks that will give them more or less aggression to each other because they all actually have levels of aggression between every kind of type of enemy and how they interact with each other when you're not... No, 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 no. You do not get my coffee. Go away. Kitty. Trying to lick my coffee. He's a good boy. The boy demands coffee. No. And I deny the coffee to the boy. I actually have... We can maybe take a brief aside, because I had a really good video of him yesterday. Yeah, FDDE is this one. Okay.
I think that's close enough.
Spout. So the CCCE was what we were thinking of, maybe. And now we've got the birds following us. I don't think they did that last time. But real quick break. This idiot, this absolute moron that I have, I love him. Yesterday, he spent like 2 hours staring out the window of my room here because a bunch of magpies walked past, and he was just like ready for them to come back. And after about 30 minutes, this happened, which I managed to catch on video. You missed it. You missed it, you idiot. He just totally fucking... The bird like... Whoop. Oh, he's not looking. Boop, 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 right past him. 30 minutes he was staring in the one spot. The minute the bird goes across... Looks away. Smart bird. I'm really sad I didn't get the next video, which is that I was sitting here working, and then suddenly I hear a bang, and I look over and he's going like this, because he lunged at the window and smacked his head against it to try and get one of the birds. He'd have had it. But I think he banged his head on the window directly, and I was like, oh, no. So I had to close it up after that, because I didn't want him to, like, brain himself too bad. He's got big orange cat energy. He's simultaneously, like, everybody who talks about the single shared brain cells for orange cats, he has full control of all of his brain. He's weird, because people talk about orange cats as being stupid, but he's not stupid. He's just an asshole. He loves chewing toilet paper, as an example. Like, not unrolling it like most cats do. I tried to do that with this hand, dummy. He would actually grab it with his claws and then bite a chunk out of the center and like core it out and just shred it that way. So he'd rip huge chunks out of it. So we had to be like, fuck, well, we got to put all the toilet paper into our drawers in the like cabinets in the bathrooms. So we had to tell everybody where the toilet paper is hidden when they come over. But better than that, that little fucker knows how to open doors. So we have to child lock every single cabinet in the house, because otherwise he goes in them and fucks everything up. He will drag out every toilet paper that we, like every roll of toilet paper that we have in the house, and shred them to pieces if we don't child lock every cabinet. When he goes to the door to try and get outside, which he asks for constantly, we walk him on a leash, but he actually like jumps up and tries to go like this on the doorknob. If it was a latch door, he would be outside every day. There's no way we could stop him. He's way too damn smart. Sorry. So let's unspin this water spout.
That draft doesn't seem to work on water spouts.
Okay. You had to put magnetic latches in some of your cupboard doors for your old cat? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so yeah, the gulls left. Interesting. Okay, so wait a minute. If I go out there with the gulls, do they have like a different song as a flock of them? I didn't actually look. Also, all you really cool people over from Oth, by the way, out of curiosity, what was Oth into today? I never actually got to ask too much about that. Yeah, we do definitely wake up in the middle of the night sometimes to the bang, bang of the cat, like, trying to pull the cabinet open, and the latch just stymieing him. No. So what? They changed, though. If I go into the spout now, is something gonna be different? And I would assume not, but let's take a risk. I'm really surprised that I hadn't really heard about this game before, like, the Monkey Island jokes. Nintendo World Championship stuff? We're also playing? Nice, nice. Getting retro achievements, I'm guessing.
Now, let's try this again.
And yeah, Cecil, good to see you. You can absolutely ask about Loom. This game is very different than what I expected. I had no idea about the, like, musical aspect of the game. We do have the water spout song now. Does it maybe spin it the other way or something? Or
I need to choose my drafts more carefully.
Okay, let's just save again. FTDE. You don't know if it has. Alright, yeah, he's doing the game challenges. Okay, fair enough. There's a game that came with their CD-ROM that your dad bought for your Windows 3.1 machine. Yeah, I started doing this kind of thing. I started doing the DOScider specifically because I was thinking about, I always wanted to do like a giant bomb style ranking of stuff just because they're fun and goofy, like total bullshit. How do you compare Doom to Loom? Well, we're going to. That's the whole point. But also, stupid idea. And I kind of love that. But I used to do a thing for a little while, because I always wanted to go back and play some of these old games. Shareware Saturday, because for me, my DOS playing back in the day was memories of me going into a local dollar store that was in the mall, where they had, you know, like the sunglass racks? But what they did is they repurposed it and put floppy disks in the sunglass holders. And it was all shareware games that you could buy for $1, because they were just the one episode. They were just the demos. And so I would just go in there and buy like 5 or 6 of them, and I'd had all these terrible games. There's so many of them that were so bad. Some of them were just awful. I didn't realize it as much until I went back and played them for all this, but it was fun to look at them again. Some were okay. Some have been good. And some are like, oh man, some were so close to being good. I really wish that one wasn't a shareware one, but DuckTales: The Quest for Gold, man, that game is such a cool idea and controls so shit.
Grass green. I hate that color.
So what would a water spout do? It's got spin, but like so does the wheel. And it turns straw into gold. Oh, that's not what I meant to do, but sure. I guess I'll start playing a song.
No, that's not right.
You remember getting 1,000 shareware titles on a single CD? Yeah. Day of the Tentacle versus NetHack. Fight! We've already had that fight. NetHack loses. NetHack's great, though. Goddamn, NetHack's good. We had like a week and a half of just NetHack after we played NetHack. Remember, you can look at all the lists here at our NeoCities page, which it's still under construction, but I don't know how much more I'm going to do with it, just because it feels like it's better if it looks like a 90s ass webpage, like I did it back when I was 12. Like if it's FTP, does that maybe
must not
suck
be the
things
right
back up? No, okay, so water spout's not gonna like lift things. I doubt that it'll pour water into things. No animated GIF background. Those are the things that I do still need to add. Part of it, so
that draft doesn't seem to work on pots.
for those that don't know, which I'm assuming is most of you, since we've got these big raids from Andy AML and Author Blues today from Auth, I am a wedding photographer, so I started this a little bit more into the start of wedding season, like kind of in the spring, and I have not had the time to go and do everything I want with that website yet. It's been a while since I've done HTML. I do get invited to a lot of weddings. About 250 I've done so far. But yeah, I'm a wedding photographer, so like summer is just stupid busy for me. So it's been a little bit of a mess. And obviously, with a broken finger, you can imagine that my editing has slowed down a bit. It's kind of hard to do your workflow and doing all your keyboard shortcuts when I can't actually use this hand. Yeah, so I will do more work on that, I promise. But it'll be a little while. The most disappointing thing is that I spent like 40 hours setting up a whole thing. God, I should concentrate on just playing this game and doing DOScider. But we did, look at this. I did a whole thing for Rogues Day for like, we have all kinds of like side bets and these cool things. And I did it all automated, and I spent all this time just before I got stupid busy with wedding season setting this up. And then I broke my finger after using it like twice. And I can't do most of the games that are in Rogues Day because a lot of them are on keyboard. And so now it's just sitting here until I heal up enough that hopefully I can use that again. So annoying. Just the worst. I don't even have a Webringer guest book, but I do have a counter for who's visited that page at the bottom. That's important. And I have a construction GIF, because it's still under construction. So we do the wheel.
Craft must not work on tapestries.
It's got the Song of Opening. We've got the Song of Light. We've got a Song of Green Dye. Okay, if the ending is frayed, maybe we could do it like we were spinning the wheel. You can actually just weave more onto it.
Craft must not work on tapestries.
I mean, spinning straw to gold is... That's a very specific song, if that's all it does. This layer of abstraction for the puzzles is just such a cool idea. I don't know why that's so enticing to me, but having to... It's kind of like you have to puzzle out what your actual verbs even are, which sounds obnoxious, but doing it this way has been really neat. Like, if you told me this in abstract, I think that I'd be like, well, God, like, you have to figure out what open even is. That's dumb. Like, I just want to open things. But it's a lot more interesting than that. Something about this is really compelling. Very surprising how little I heard about this game before now. Like, I saw recently, it's kind of gotten some traction again, because I saw Off playing it, and Borks was talking about it. We played Monkey Island on our own. Like, it just felt like I've seen a few people playing it and talking about it, or joking about it. And I didn't expect it to be this. So got the loop in there. It's like... We tried the water spout song.
I've already spun all that. That's not the right draft for gold.
Oh, there's actually a level of randomization for the drafts. Huh. That's cool. Like, I'm assuming you mean that, like, the actual song is different, but not, like, what it does, I'm sure, stays the same, right? When you turn straw to gold, maybe we can weave the thorns? Thorns is like straw. Says local idiot. Yeah, definitely. That makes sense. Yeah, alright. Thorns is like straw. The notes for die the screen can be 3 different sets of notes. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I don't think you can weave with thorns.
Song of opening. Oh, whoop, fuck. Well, I misclicked.
I guess that isn't a draft.
Rise from your grave.
Just as well. Some things are better left alone. It might help to point at something first.
Yeah, this is a big thinking game.
That draft doesn't seem to work in cemeteries.
Really the only thing stopping us now. I guess the one thing that is a little kind of frustrating right now is I don't actually know what is stopping me. Like, the water spout, yes. But, like, not knowing how to... Looking at the hut with a bunch of gold in it. Like, knowing that you have to go back there and do more with the gold. Or, like, should I do stuff with the clothing rack and the, like, wool there? It seems like I shouldn't need to, right? Like, we're trying to get across the sea, so what would that have to do with anything? But... So it does feel a little bit like we're kind of just rubbing our face on everything.
Well, that didn't work.
Yeah, I know that we could type the notes on the keyboard, but that is the thing. I'm trying to give this hand a rest. It's been very painful recently since I got it splinted. So it sucks. I would love to be able to do that, but unfortunately right now it's just not really a thing. It's hard for me to do anyway. So I've been trying to give it a bit of a rest. I have to actually edit photos again after this for like the rest of the evening, so I'm gonna need to like use this hand for hours and hours, and saving it up is gonna be nice. Yeah, the staff through songs type puns are kind of neat. God, Oh, this has my brain melting. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Yeah, as I'm spending a little more time with this, I do find it a bit frustrating that it's not entirely clear what things I should interact with still. Like, that part of things, a lot of this is weird and esoteric because it's all fantasy, but that also makes some of the puzzle solving a bit strange, because, like, do I need to do more with gold?
Don't these
Maybe?
people ever clean up after themselves?
Like... This does a spinny pickup, maybe? Because of water spout?
That's not the right draft for gold.
It's weird that we can't look at the book anymore. Oh. Looked away. My notes and misclicked.
Didn't work.
go to the top, look at the sky. There's nothing really there. There's only the sky up on top of the mountain. But, like, should I summon a water spout there? Can I summon a water spout? Is that one of the things that this allows me to do? Again, figuring out what you're even allowed to do. It's both fun and also a little... I don't know, there's some friction there, definitely. I don't know if I love it or not. It's definitely got some very interesting parts to that. Watching this pretty well matches your playthrough of the game as a kid. And you have to rub your face on everything because you don't even know what verbs you're getting, right? Like, the songs all basically correspond to an action, like, verb kind of thing. But what ones is an interesting question. Like, you see a wheel spin, and it gives you 4 notes. But, okay, it spun straw to gold. Does that mean that it's a spin? Does it mean that it's, like, turn something to gold? Does it mean, like, rotate instead of spin, which is slightly different? Like, is it... It's very strange. Yeah. Not having internet at the time, so you can't look anything up. I played through a game not that long ago that was before I was doing the DOScider stuff, so we'll probably need to go back and do it again, and by probably, I mean, we definitely will. Dare to Dream, which is Cliffy B's very first game, done for Epic Mega Games back in, like, 91 or something, when he was 16 is when it started, something like that, as a shareware game. And it was an adventure text game. It's actually where I got this emote from. It's where we have LogChamp from. And it's an interesting game. You may use a fish as a key for a door, because it's literally a dream. So dream logic applies in this adventure game. Which sucks. That sucks so much. It sucks so bad. Why would you do that? Well, because you're 16. But it's, yeah. I remember playing a little bit of that as a kid and getting through, like, half of the first shareware episode and then just fucking giving up because it was so frustrating trying to figure out what the puzzles were. You have to be in a very specific mindset to go through a lot of adventure games. I've liked the LucasArts ones a lot more because it has felt like, especially Maniac Mansion, gives you, like, really natural clues to what the next puzzle piece is, which I really, really liked. This one does a bit of that, but also, God, like, I'm getting to this point now where there's so many of these things here that I can still interact with, and it's like, okay, well, does that mean that it's still part of a puzzle later on? Like, should I be casting stuff at it?
That didn't help at all.
That's our water spout song. Huh. Even knowing where we can exit and walk around is a little tough to tell sometimes in this game. Alright, boys. What area should I be in? I feel like we've cast everything on all of this. If Boix is still even here.
I guess that draft isn't going to help me here.
What is the draft? What does it do? It's a water spout, but I don't know what it does. In an area less dry. Okay, so we should be on the ocean. Huh. We tried to spin. Something at the water spout. Thing is that I've cast everything in the water spout, I thought. Did we not do its own song at it? Maybe we didn't. Maybe I didn't use the FDDE on it. I could very easily have been that dumb. And we saw the gulls go out there, so it made sense that, like, okay, something changed, the gulls moved over here. But I also can't click on the gulls or do anything with them. And if we do the water spout...
Maybe I should stand a bit closer. Well, that only twisted it tighter.
Yeah. So it does more twisting. Does that mean that we do... This would be clever if this was true. Oh, okay, let's fucking go. That's smart. Alright, alright, alright. Sure. Yeah, alright. Dang, that's cool. Alright, that's neat. Yes, one good thing about the LucasArts games is they generally don't let you soft lock yourself like you could in a lot of the Sierra games. I never played a ton of adventure games as a kid, even though I was a real PC gamer back in those days. I did a lot of DOS games. But I just didn't really get into a lot of the adventure ones, so like all the LucasArts games, all the Sierra games are pretty much all new to me. But you will note, just to bring it up real quick, Day of the Tentacle, Maniac Mansion, like Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, Secret of Monkey Island, all pretty high up on this list. Space Quest 3, that's not low. 46, there's still a lot of great games here. I love Mystic Towers and stuff. And like it's above Commander Keen 1. King's Quest 7. There's a small trend of a gap between the two IMO. Hey, J-Dub. Good to see you. Yeah, I've not been as excited about a lot of the Sierra games. Space Quest 3 had some really good jokes and stuff on it, but it's just, when you have to do some specific things in some very specific orders or you're just screwed, it's not amazing. Aha, and we have G. So now we might have a drip. An Emerald City over there. What if it were green? You do remember this game having some manual copy protection annoyingness? I didn't hate a lot of the copy protection until the one that really got me is I remember getting, I think it was Battlefront 2. It was one of the Star Wars Battlefronts. It was either the first or the second one. I really liked those games back in the day. And when I got it, I tried to use it, and it said that I had an illegal copy from the copy that I bought in the store. So I had to go and get the crack and, like, break the game open and pirate it, essentially, so that I could play my legal copy of the game, which was extremely frustrating. Huh. A little bell and a glass. Okay. It doesn't look like I can get closer to those from here. No. Okay. A lot of the early days of CD copy protection were really bad. Yes. Oh. Characters.
Not so fast here.
Okay. Wait, what? Why am I... Don't go all the way back out.
Who's that?
Oh, maybe. Okay.
I can barely hear what they're saying.
I trust your excellency is pleased with our progress?
That all depends on how far this sphere can help me see.
4 hours, most assuredly. Perhaps 6 with a bit of luck.
Only 6 hours? But I expressly requested 8.
The trial never ends, John Luke.
Bishop, it is impossible to accurately predict how well this sphere will perform.
I need at least 8 hours. 8 hours, Master Crucible. See to it.
Huh. Eight hours in it.
Huh. A glass bell. I wonder what will happen if...
Oh. Oh?
I'm dizzy.
Ah, look!
Who are you, lad?
And just what do you think you're doing up here?
I'm not sure. I just rang the bell and
Well, I'm sorry, but you're not supposed to be here.
Step back under the lens, please.
This is a restricted area. No visitors allowed.
Good day, sir.
Huh. I didn't see a bell here. Is that a bell? I thought that was a key. I guess, okay. Huh. Yeah, the early days of DRM, I actually kind of like all of the manual copy protection because you get get your red magnifying glass to look through our secret layers and look through the manual. Yeah. This fake hieroglyphic we looked up. I liked that stuff for sure. As a child, it was fun. So we've got opening. We have a spin for the water spout, a different spin for straw to gold, and a green die. I don't think any of those really help us for that. Is this just back to the beginning? Sure is. Okay, so we can get to the beach this way, too. Let's go into the woods. There was the other way to go. Okay, nothing that I can click on. Oh! What the? Oh. GC.
Halt! Who goes? Well, well, well. Looks like a scrawny runt trying to sneak into our flocks.
Sneak? You call that sneaking? I heard them coming all the way in from...
Very
You were
nice.
going
Yeah, thanks
to
for the follow.
fleece some shepherds, did you? Maybe we ought to take the shears to you instead.
Listen, I mean, I'm not looking for sheep or trouble.
Stop
I'm
with all
looking
these
for a flock of
puns.
Swans.
Swans.
Illegal.
Swans. You know, birds.
Oh, swans, of course.
We should have known. Everybody comes here when they want swans.
Next you'll be telling us you're some sort of wizard off to fly away with them birdies.
Right.
Wizard? Wizard? You wouldn't happen to be the great wizard that Fleece was telling us about, would you know?
He
Fleece.
is sort of dressed like a wizard.
I don't know. He doesn't look very powerful to me.
Me neither. I say we don't let him by until we know for sure. Come on then, wizard. Let's see some magic. Or else... Going somewhere, little wizard?
Replace wizard with nerd. Nah.
Better off with the elders back home.
If they had said nerd, there's no way that they doubt that we're a nerd. We're obviously a nerd. Okay.
I sure wish I knew a draft that would work on shepherds.
It was like GGCG? Or GCGG? God, what
Guess
was
that isn't a draft.
What was it when they appeared? I missed it. Fuck, it's so hard. It was GG no re. God damn it. God damn it. I thought you were helping me for a second. Why do that, right? I mean, we could dye them green, maybe. Yeah, okay.
Well, that draft didn't seem
Oh,
to
come on! Oh, that was clever. Change all their clothes to green would probably work. And now I will turn them to gold.
Well, that draft didn't seem to
Dang.
do much good.
Come on, lads. He's had enough. Let him go.
Some kind of wizard, eh?
Don't trip on your robe, little wizard.
Get on, you lazy bunch of yous. Back to work.
GCG. Oh, GCGC. Okay. I know that cover band. Yeah. Alright. Oh. So CG.
He's back.
Either way, maybe.
So are we going somewhere, little wizard?
I was better off with the elders back home.
So GCGC is Shepherd. Or CGG. Oh god. CGCG. AC/DC. I do know of a local cover band that's in British Columbia, Canada, that was a AC/DC cover band that was ACBC, which is just the stupidest thing, but I kind of loved that.
It might help to point. It might help to point at something first.
So that's how they disappeared. Could I unsummon them that way?
There's nobody better at stealth than a shepherd.
Okay, so that's a shelf.
And you'll have to do better than that to get past us.
Yeah, not an AC/DC fan, but, like, that was a stupid enough name that I always kind of respected it. Good to see you, Arashi. So, if ECED is opening, does DECE close things? That water spout out opened up a whole new world of questions for me. Like, does DEEG mean that, like, instead of dripping, does that pull things back up? Close the shepherds and constipate them. There are some truly horrifying implications of being able to close things. Yes.
Well, that draft didn't seem to do much good.
Yeah, so CG is to unstealth. GC is to stealth. Okay. So... stealth. Let's go
Come on,
this
lads.
way.
He's had enough. Let it...
Got a whole group of haters here. Sadly, I don't have any spells that work on haters. The Weavers have been trying to do it forever, but... maybe I want to stealth myself instead of them. You can't just do that, though.
To point at something first.
Because that's what happens if you do that. And, like, I can't pick myself to point at. And there's the bell and the glass, but I can't do anything with those. They won't even let me look at them, which is weird. That being said, oh god, yeah, because I'm like, man, if I could stealth myself, then I could maybe get up to the top of the tower without them knowing. But maybe I can GC well focused on this and it'll let me.
Well, that didn't work.
Was it this way that was stealth?
That must not be the right draft.
No, okay. Damn it. And they're gonna... they sent me back.
Those two are going to be a bit of a problem.
They sure are. Can't go over here. We can leave. We could go back to that first island. And now that we have some extra weaving that we can do. And now that I know about, like, reversing songs. I might be able to do something there. What's in this dome? Can we go in here? We can. Okay. Oh boy. What is this?
Welcome to Crystal Guards, stranger. I'm Master Goodmode, 31st in the Noble Guild of Glassmakers. And who might you be?
My name is Bobbin. Bobbin Threadbare of the, Noble Guild of Weavers.
A weaver! Tell me, is it true that to peer beneath a weaver's hood brings instant agonizing death?
I honestly don't know. Nobody's ever tried it with me. You have such a wonderful view of the sky here. Have you noticed a flock of swans flying this way?
Swans?
Swans. You know, birds.
Yes, swans! No, I haven't heard of any swan sightings. Look around to your heart's content, Weaver Threadbare. And remember, if you break it, you buy it.
Please don't destroy my stuff. Anyways, let's start playing some spells and destroying all this guy's stuff. Great!
Shard, wife of Lucent Bottleblow, here attain final clarity.
Rise from the dead!
I don't think I'll try that one again.
Sure, big on the dark arts, gotta say. So what could we possibly do? Interesting, there's more grave stuff again. Ah.
That's beautiful. I've never seen anything sparkle like that. Not even the long tapestry. What kind of glass is it?
It was carved from a single crystal of diamond.
But I thought you were glass makers.
No, we are. Dear boy, this is none other than the famous Chromax conundrum, wrought by our distinguished founder, Lucent Bottleblow. His works once filled an entire museum, you know. And that was before the Great Dragon arrived in 7342. She blew through this city like a torch, melting and breaking our finest works, plundering our museums and treasuries until we had almost nothing left. It was awful, just terrible, really a miserable time. Even Bottleblow's greatest masterpiece, the first scrying sphere, was lost forever.
But you still have the conundrum.
And a lucky thing, too. It was on loan to the Guild of Vintners at the time. It is the sole remaining example of our founder's transcendent genius.
But I'm still curious. Why is it diamond instead of glass?
We've no idea at all. That's the conundrum, you see.
Okay. I love that there's 7,000 years of history here. It's an interesting implication. Forgot about all this lore, yeah. I do also, like, I think that I now understand what that sphere was and asking for extra hours. That's probably a new scrying sphere. They're trying to get to see, like, 8 hours ahead instead of just, like, 6? I would guess.
I wonder where that dragon went with Bottleblow's other treasures.
It doesn't do any.
I wonder where that
song
dragon
for me.
went with Bottleblow's other treasures.
I don't think we'd want to cast anything at it that I have right now. This will teleport us up to somewhere else. Okay. Huh. Yeah, this part of this game, as much as I... Can I, like, am I allowed to do keyboard? No. It's always a little bit obnoxious sometimes when you have this kind of clicking. Like, how do I get back to some of these spots? Do you know what I mean? Oh, no, please. Can I go here? No. Fuck. Like, it's hard to figure out where to click to go to certain spots, or where I'm even allowed to go sometimes. Which is a little bit annoying, for sure. And we have a... So, like, right now, we have an opening song. We have a song that does light, or, like, lets us see in darkness. We have a spin from a water spout. We have a spin, which is turning straw to gold with a, like, loom, or, like, weaver machine, whatever, that kind of thing. We have a drip from a flask. And we have a dye things green and a stealth. None of those seem like they would be useful here. Like, maybe the flask?
It's still empty.
Yeah, it doesn't load it up. I was wondering if we could fill it somehow. Maybe it's because it needs to go the other way? Ha-ha!
I wonder where the
Okay.
dragon went with
I
Bubble
filled it with blood. I'm a wizard! Perfect. What the fuck did that do? Did nothing.
I wonder where that dragon went with Bottle Blow's other treasures.
Hey, Kinetic, good to see you. Well, I mean, at least I figured out that, yeah, that is, like, the drip. Do we... I can make it green blood.
No, that's not right.
Oh my god, Hold up, I just realized the thing. Oh my god, I can't believe that I did this. Sure, let's go here. We need to get back to the first spot. The realization that we could reverse the songs is a big one. It's a really cool little twist, honestly. Which, it's so simple and it seems obvious, but like so few of these games would think to do that I just never considered it. I really should have, but it's smart. Because so much of it, you think of it as just like, oh, these are just the, like, action verbs that you would have in a normal kind of adventure game. That you don't think about reversing them. Yeah, reversing the verbs, it's a smart thing to do, and not one that... It's so different than a lot of these games that it didn't immediately click with me. So can I get back, actually? It gotta be it. No? No, stop, don't. Fuck. Can we go back? Oh, maybe I can't. Shoot. Dang. Okay. Because I was realizing, I'm like, wait, if we hate grass green, and we got the spell to turn things grass green, why are we not using the opposite of that to, like, change that cloth back into, like, a regular color that we like as a character? Maybe we could, like, pick up the cloth then or something. Too late now. I guess I can't go back. Let's desecrate this grave. That's a thing we could do. I think the book of patterns that came with the original copies of the game mentioned reversing the notes. I looked through the manual, I didn't see anything, but it's very possible.
That's obviously not the right draft for graves.
Oh, I didn't notice this one.
Near this spot, Lucent Bottleblow, founder of the Noble Guild of Glassmakers, attained...
I only skimmed it. It's very possible it was there. Okay, so that's for Lucent Bottleblow, who was like kind of the famous one.
Wife
and
of
this is the
Lucent
wife.
Bottleblow,
Okay.
here attained final clarity.
Somehow I can't go over to this sphere. Oh, I wonder if I have to go from here up and then back down to get to this side. That might make sense. I don't have a way past the shepherds yet either. Okay, can I just walk around the outside? We have the stealth, but that doesn't seem to do anything. We filled up that glass, and, like, I have no idea what the hell we're supposed to do with that. I mean, I guess we could empty it again? I never tried to empty it. We filled it. Huh. It's such a strange game to rate here in some ways for me, because at one point I'd like to say, oh, please just go in. Oh my god. Can I not? Hi, go into the dome. Into the dome. I know I can go in there. We've been in here. Why will it... Jesus. I'd normally consider it like a bit of a downside in that a lot of the puzzles are kind of moon logic-y esoteric stuff. But that's kind of the point in this one. And they do a clever job of making it not be as frustrating as normal. That's not... Fuck. Oh my god. How did we get over to that spot again? Oh my god, please. Go in. Please go in. Please go in. No, into the dome. That part's giving me a headache. Whew. Get in the dome, Shinji. Right? So if we try and empty it again... knock it over, and no, just empties it. Huh. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. Filling it feels like it has to be something.
No, no, that's not right.
It's our Spin Strata Gold one. Huh. I mean, we could spin it like the water spout. Although I can't imagine that that does a whole lot. Yeah. We have the, like, nocturnal light spell kind of thing from the owls. Which, if you could put a light into it, would be interesting, but I think it lets us see in there. Yeah. We could maybe make it disappear. I don't know if that would be a good idea. I could maybe do it.
That didn't help at all.
Is it CGCG or is it GCGC that does the stealth? I can't remember which way is reversed from which side.
No,
okay.
That's not right.
So wait a minute. These we can click on, but also this bell. Can I actually cast things at that? I haven't really tried. What would I even want to do?
That draft isn't working on the bell.
Yeah, so we can do stuff like that. Huh. Opening and closing doesn't make sense. Light doesn't really make sense. Spinning it doesn't. Filling it or emptying it doesn't. Changing it to or from green. I mean, suppose we could always go like... let's ungreen it.
That draft isn't working on the bell. that draft isn't working on the bell.
Maybe it's just naturally green, so we change it from green to green. Maybe, I don't know. Just the idea of having a spell that does green. Like, imagine that all of these, like, songs that we have, spells that we have, are all verbs in a regular adventure game. So we have open, close. We have light. We have fill, empty. We have, you know, turn from one side to another, spin. And then we have green and ungreen. Like, which is a very interesting verb to have when you think about it. So, like, figuring out, like, what the fuck is green to ungreen mean? I don't know. I'm not sure where we'd use that. Because a lot of them, it's like, okay, that makes sense. Like, open, close, like, rotating things, spinning things, sure. Yeah, and then this one's green. You know the verb. What? Yeah. Like, you can green something or ungreen it. Is that a thing we can do? Yes, apparently. Not your traditional adventure game verb, though. Open, close. Not on my stream. Not on my watch. I mean, how can I open my clothes? I'm just wearing a shirt. I don't have any pants. Can't see them. I don't have to wear them. Although, I guess I should actually show my shirt. For a quick second if I'm going to mention it. I think it's time to fight God. Thinking about what I could do with these guys. What are these shepherd assholes gonna respond to?
He's back!
So are we going somewhere, little wizard?
It's better off with the elders back home.
Fucking haters back.
It might help to point at something first.
I'm gonna ungreen their clothes. Haha!
Well,
Shit.
that draft didn't seem to do much good.
Can I open my way past them?
Well, that draft didn't seem to do much good.
Screw you, Ungreen's clothes.
Well, that draft didn't seem to do much good.
Once again, the implications of being able to do some of these verbs to just general things in the world is horrifying. As somebody had mentioned earlier, like, close the shepherds. Just make them all constipated or something. And it's like, yeah, what would, like, fill up do for it? Suddenly, like, whoa, this is a horrifying power, actually, that our little wizard has, if it actually applied to everything. Alright, fill them up!
Well, that draft didn't seem to do much good.
I did the open... Yeah, open the ground, just swallow them whole. That's horrifying. Oh, it's cool. You'll just do the one that empties them. And just drain all of the water from their bodies. Again, the implications of what these could do.
Well, that draft didn't seem to do much
But they
good.
just don't seem to do anything.
Come on, lads. He's had enough. Let him...
Definitely feel like I've gotten enough of a sense of this game that we could rank it at this point. But we got some time. Let's spend a little more with it. I've been enjoying it, so... I can't do anything with the starfish. I can't walk this way. Man, this one's got me stymied again. It does... I mean, I've kind of mentioned it already, but it does kind of suck that in some ways these puzzles kind of devolve into, like, very quickly, almost more than most adventure games, like, rubbing verbs on verbs. Does this work? Does this work? Like, part of it is just, like, the esoteric fantasy nature of the universe they've got going here, right? Like, what do you do on a glass bell that magically teleports you? Open it? I don't know. Does that work in this world? Maybe. Like, I can't walk to that sphere, huh? No. How do I even get over to some of these places? So what if we close the pathway here?
I need to choose my drafts more carefully.
Huh. No. And I mean, ECED is an open.
It's already open.
Yeah. Like, that is already open, exactly. Closing it doesn't do anything. Everything in here is green. Can't, like, green ourselves to kind of stealth?
I need to choose my drafts more carefully.
And we tried to do the stealth one, but that doesn't work because we can't target ourselves, so we're targeting the crystal.
That didn't help at all.
Yeah. So it's just saying that that doesn't work.
That must not be the right draft.
I wish that we could get that guy to come back and look at what we did to his glass, because I feel like there's something that he would say. Oh my god, please, I just want to... How do I get to here? No, I want to go back here. No? The way that you have to click on things to get to walk to the right spot is very frustrating sometimes. I mean, like, closing this would... It didn't work on the other one.
That draft isn't working on the bell.
Point and click and click and click adventure. Yeah. So what if we close the crystal and then the bell won't respond to it anymore? Would that do anything? I'm not sure why we'd want to do that. Because our big thing is we want to get around the shepherds. But I don't have anything I can demonstrate for them right there.
That draft didn't seem to do much good.
Yes, I'm a wizard, but all my spells are shit, sorry. Kind of seems to be the answer to their inquiry about us being a wizard. We can't make this disappear.
That didn't help at all. That must not be the right draft.
I am curious. I'm definitely going to open up the floor here now. I'm wondering if anybody has an idea of what they think I could do here. If you don't know exactly. If you do know, then don't necessarily just shout out the answer. I can't make this disappear and have him come back. I don't know where he went. I can look at the tower from outside, right? That's the green die, but it doesn't do anything to this.
I guess that draft isn't going to help me here.
Okay, yeah, so we can definitely target this. This one, once again, feels like anything I can cast here is horrifying, if anything. Maybe I can cast the stealth on them now? And it'll, like, stealth that whole area or something?
I wonder, did it work? Only one way to find out.
Ah. Okay. Yes, this is like a weird spot of, I had the right idea of stealthing past these guys, but where to cast it is the problem. Ah,
Bishop
Jesus.
cuts quite a figure, doesn't he?
I don't doubt the Crucible's getting tired of bowing and scraping to him. Why would the clerics want a scrying sphere anyway? I thought they didn't believe in the future.
Yeah, your guess is as lucid as mine, Flute. But Crucible appears to think that they're up to no good again.
Then why would he do business with them at all? Let alone sell them a sphere.
Well, you know, Crucible, he'd sell his own mother's spectacles if he thought there was a profit in it. And the clerics are paying off in cash.
Which should keep us in the clear for years to come. Still, I'm certainly pleased that Crucible's not taking any chances. This scythe might become very useful if our friend the bishop has been less than transparent with us.
Ouch!
Yeah.
Transparent, haha.
Very useful indeed.
Is that Loom? It sure is, Mark Stevenson. Wonderful YouTube audience. Ask me anything about Loom. I can't tell you most things, but you can ask me.
That side is even sharper than a weaver's spindle.
Okay, do you have anything that we could do? I don't have anything that works with the scythe yet, I wouldn't think. And now we can get to the sphere. So I was right about being able to get to the sphere this way. Ah, okay. D, F, F, D. Do we want to do that? Ah, we've learned the spell Terror. Let's go fuck with some shepherds, I guess. So now I assume that these guys will be mad and send us out. That sounds like fun to reverse. You can't. It's DFFD. The reverse is the same. Yeah, there's a couple that are like that. Like, same with the owls. It's DCCD. Same forward and backwards. Some of the spells are palindromes. Let's go see these haters. The Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis is a brilliant game. Yeah, it was a really cool one. I have it quite highly rated. It's not as good as some of the other LucasArts ones, I thought. Day of the Tentacle was just... Man, that thing stood alone for me. Yeah, the LucasArts games were very cool back in the day. They did a lot of interesting stuff. And a ton of real classics that came out of there.
So are we.
Alright, let's get them.
It might help to point at something first.
Nope, not C. I have not played Touche the Musketeers, no. We've ranked about 160 games. Oh, Jesus! We have,
Well, that worked. Funny. I don't feel very scary.
got their asses. We do have a website, though, that has all of the rankings on it, so you can kind of see what I've played for DOS games. There are some that I have played besides those, just not ranked them. That was effective, as it turns out. D, E, F, G? No, D, E, F, A.
Hey, you!
Okay, so
Get
sleep
away
and
from here.
unsleep.
Now I've got to go and round them all up again. And you'd better not be here when I get back.
So that would be wake,
Go on
I
now.
guess. Yeah, and then A-F-E-D, and then it goes back to sleep. Gotcha. Huh. Well, I don't have an A, so I can't really do that yet.
That's not going to work as long as he's sleeping.
Yeah, I think this really clears up the reverse thing in case you accidentally got past the water spout without realizing it. Also, Egrets, you're wondering how you can be a cool dragon, and you're already a bird, so you kind of are, right? Ancestors of the dinosaurs. One of those weird science things that fucked me up recently is just like the realization and like knowledge of, hey, ice, that's a rock. Ice is rocks. Snow, basically sand. Like, it's a solid mineral formation. It's just a temperature thing, right? The only real difference between a solid piece of ice being a rock and, like, what you would traditionally think of a rock is temperature. Which is weird to think of, but interesting. Did I know that I'm a fish? I mean, I've had an idea. Why am I a fish? Normally when I've played things like poker, I've been called a fish. God. How would we... So we don't have the note for that as the problem. I mean, that's part of the problem. Something to do with the sheep. I mean, we could make the sheep stealthy so that he doesn't know that they got over.
It might help. It might help to point at something first.
So maybe I should be there. And we learned a new spell, but the new spell doesn't help us because we don't actually have a way to play it. And everything else, it's like, whatever. The dragon thing doesn't seem like it matters to basically any other moment other than that one. I will say that that's a bit of a downside, too. It seems like there's, like, a couple of things, like the owl light spell. It's not like that applies to anything else. It's just like a one of, which is a little less interesting. Basically, either fish isn't really a clade, or it's so ridiculously broad that it includes everything with bones. Huh. I'd have to see the argument for that, but that's interesting. Defining things is weird, to put it lightly. Under construction, that website. Yes, yes it is. Just like it would be back in the 90s.
Well, that didn't work. that didn't work.
What animals are related to which is wild? Well, like how deer and like horses and stuff walk around on their toes. Like, that's not feet, those are like fingers. Basically, what would be their toe is like up further, or like their foot would be up further, and like those are basically like fingers extending down, which is why they break so easily and stuff. It's weird. The way that they'd have evolved, that's the way that the bones would have been. Nothing about horses is okay. I have a friend who is horse phobic, and yeah, horses are weird. Having done a lot back in the day of, like, I actually went on, you might not believe this about me, but I have been on cattle drives as a kid. I, like, went to a ranch and drove cattle and everything over a couple days. Like, yeah, I used to ride a lot of horses, and let me tell you, no more. Horses, people talk about them being, like, really beautiful, majestic creatures, and they kind of are. They're also really fucking stupid, and they will absolutely kill you if it seems like it's the best thing for them to do. You like the point-and-click Star Trek. The point-and-click Star Trek was surprisingly good. The 25th anniversary Star Trek was exactly what you wanted. Yeah, I have that on the list. It's quite high-ranked. It was really good. It was very, very solid. It's done as, like, TV episodes, which was really neat. And it had the, like, all the original voice cast from, like, the original series. It's just a really, really cool game. It seemed very... if you were a big Star Trek fan and you wanted a Star Trek adventure game, it, like, hits pretty much every point that you want on that. There's some downsides to it, but for the most part, like, it's a really, really neat idea. Have you played EGA Trek? Don't believe so. But if you want to look at any of the games that we've played, you can go to this website. You can see all the rankings, and you can see the episode numbers, because I have the full list of VODs up on YouTube. So if you ever want to check out why I rated something, how I arrived there, my experience with it, you can always check it out. Oh.
Hello there.
Who said that?
I did. My name is Fleece, first chosen of the Guild of Shepherds.
This is Fleece.
I wish we had time to chat a while and trade some tales, but we have got a serious problem on our hands.
What sort of trouble are you having?
It seems we've a dragon nearby who has an enormous appetite for fresh mutton. We breed our sheep for extra whiteness, so we cannot keep them on the meadows. She can spot them miles away. By now, the dragon has carried off so many that we may not be able to fill the cleric's order.
The clerics? I just saw the bishop at the glassmakers.
Bishop Mandible? He placed the order for 10,000 sheep.
10,000?
sheep?
Dang.
That's enough to feed an army.
Yes, that had occurred to us too. You noticed our increased patrol in the forest.
We send out our best
We can
haters
deliver
to
the
stop
sheep to the clerics
everybody.
if we can, but we won't trust them.
I suppose fighting the dragon will be out of the question.
Only a mage can save us.
Okay, it is very funny that it's like, well, yeah, it certainly seems like they're raising an army, and yeah, we definitely don't trust them, but we will do it anyway. What? Ma'am? Ma'am? You love how I put the DOScider rankings on the NeoCities page? I wanted to do an Angel Fire page, because Angel Fire still exists. And, like, NeoCities is nice, but, like, if I could have, like, original GeoCities or Angel Fire, that would be ideal. But, of course, Angel Fire is, like, $10 a month or something for fucking Angel Fire. And I went... No, come on. Okay, like, it's a good bit, but it's not worth that. Especially not when I can do NeoCities. Okay, we need a mage. So, I mean, I guess I could... That lamb's a dragon.
That didn't help at all.
No. And I can't look at her. There's the straw in there? Can I spin the straw into gold?
Perhaps I shouldn't bother her.
I mean, I could dye it green. It is basically wool. I mean, not basically, it is wool. I wonder. And she's saying that they're all too white, so that would make sense. They'd all stealth,
Perhaps
right?
I shouldn't bother her.
No? You can't... She literally talks about how they're so white the dragon can spot them immediately. We can turn things green, specifically with dye that works on wool, and it doesn't work? Definitely not $10 worth of goof there. Well, I mean, $10 a month worth of goof, too. Yeah, how much is this joke worth? It was definitely not like a couple $100. How is it not... Green dye doesn't work here? Really? Really? Really?
Perhaps I shouldn't bother her.
And I can't talk to Fleece.
You've been avoiding my little friend, dear.
No, I haven't!
She doesn't look at all well.
She isn't, and my songs of healing don't seem to be bringing her much comfort.
CAAC.
I wish I were better with him.
Okay, well, we got more stuff, I guess. Heal. Yeah, if it was $10 total...
You'll find them there. Go forth, wizard, and may you return safely to our fold.
So maybe I'd turn them green here? Maybe I can turn these ones green. But yeah, a one-time payment of $10 would have been worth the goof, I think. I would have probably tried it for that. But it does not make sense for, like, a monthly thing. I can't remember. I think it was 5, but still. Like, 5 to $10 I'd have definitely done. Doing it long-term doesn't make sense. No. I did press D there.
I guess that...
I was gonna say, now it just picks me up, yeah. Okay, that's a good goof. Alright, alright. I was gonna say that as it was swooping him, like, don't I stand out now? Yes, I do. Fair enough.
What have we here? Oh, that's what comes of being in such a blazing hurry, I guess. I thought you looked a bit scrawny. Oh, why, you'd hardly make a decent kindling.
That's pretty good. That's a good joke. Toonstruck is a weird game. It sure is, YouTube. My good friend Boix, who is the one that requested that we play this one today, subs and patrons can stop by the Discord, and there is a special channel just for them where they can do votes for like games that we're going to play and put in a request every month for DOScider for me to rank a DOS game. And this was Boyks' choice for this month, was to look at Loom.
That's quite a bit of gold you have there.
That? Oh, that's nothing compared to what it used to be. Piled floor to ceiling it was. Everyone said it was the most beautiful lair anywhere, and right they were too. Then one day, last spring it was, comes along this third-rate wizard who botched up everything. He tried to get the volcano to blow, but only shook up the place in a huge earthquake instead. Broke all my fancy glass, mind you, and made off with most of the gold, too. The only thing he left me was a gorgeous glass ball.
Sky and Sphere, huh? Okay. Hi, Dragon. I'm also Dragon. Ah? Oh, it's whatever they're afraid of. Okay.
Put it out. Put it out.
A dragon that's afraid of fire?
That wasn't the least bit funny, young man. We are not amused.
Huh. I'm just gonna cross out dragon on that. Apparently it is just fear. I'm guessing that we could sleep this if we could actually use an A thread. So I wonder if we can spin straw to gold. Can we spin gold to straw? And how mad will the dragon be if I do that? Oh no. Yup, we can. Get fucked, dragon.
Put it back the way you found it, now.
Ah, okay. See, it's... I do like this game a lot, but there's a weird problem in a way of just fuck with a thing, not because it needs to solve a problem, but because it's something that you can do, and so then it'll teach you a thing on your staff, which, like, I mean, I guess, like, I'm practicing magic, so I'm getting better at magic, but it's a weird, weird thing. Okay, so now we can make things go to sleep? Can I just leave? What am I supposed to do here? I mean, I guess that we did stuff with the dragon, so I learned a new thread, but...
It might help to point at something first.
Like, think about the weird esoteric logic that we had to go through to learn this one. Which is, okay, you gotta turn the sheep green, which means the dragon grabs you instead, which then means that you can turn the dragon's hoard to straw, so that you can turn it back to gold, and that'll teach you how to play extra notes. What? What does that even mean? What? It's very strange. Now that we know it's not a dragon spell, you can say you were wondering what happens if we undragon the dragon. Yeah. I wonder if turning the initial gold back to straw would have taught the note. I don't think so, but maybe? They should remaster this game. I think that it works well as it is, in a lot of ways. I feel like some of these games don't need remasters. Not because, like, they don't deserve it or something, but, like, this game looks really nice even now. I mean, if you found an indie game that looked like this right now, I wouldn't be mad about this. A lot of the LucasArts ones have one. Yeah, I just don't think that a lot of them are necessary is the thing. Like, I know that there have been remasters of a lot of the LucasArts games. I just don't think that... Like, I like this pixel art. I think this pixel art's great. So it doesn't seem like something that you'd need. Yeah, I'm noticing the YouTube comments aren't coming up on the stream properly. I was looking at that too. I don't know why. Let me just see. For some reason, this has definitely had some issues back and forth with that. So maybe we put the dragon to sleep? Which would be A, F, E, D.
Sheep.
And then...
Sheep.
And now we, so it's asleep. I was gonna say, does that light it on fire? Why would we do this?
Fire!
Why would we do this? Like, I'm like, okay, this will set the dragon on fire, but I just...
You haven't heard the last of me, you cheeky brat!
She wasn't even mean! Just fuck with her just because. Huh. Weird. What a weird game.
It might help to point at
I
something
am
first.
It shows it right there. So I'm just looking at something. Cause yeah, it is weird that it's not showing YouTube on any of those widgets. Like, it should just show up. Nope. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Now it works. Sure. All I had to do was refresh it. Yeah, we had a couple people chatting on YouTube, so good idea to put it up today. What do we got here? Oh, God, it's amazing, the darkness. Okay. Huh. Ugh. This I don't love. Because, like, the controls of where you're going is not... Like, they're not precise enough to actually do that kind of a puzzle, I think. Okay, before we go down there, what's over here? Nothing? Well, let's go further down then. Huh. Maybe this isn't as bad as I thought. I didn't like this part of, like, Indiana Jones and The Fate of Atlantis does this too a couple times. And like I said, it's just when you're clicking on background and you're not sure if you can even walk to spots, and there's nothing clear about it. Okay. It's...
Guess I won't be going back that way.
Often more frustrating than an actual puzzle.
It might help. It might help.
I'm not trying to
get something first.
Cast a spell. I'm trying to see if I can go down. I guess not. Oh, what's this? That was F-A-A? I think it's F-A-A.
Reflection.
Was that faff? It's a faff.
My own reflection.
Alright, well, let's faff about.
That must not be the right draft.
So now we can cast reflection? Can't go back this way, it says. So I have to do something with the pool then, right? There's nothing else to do here. I could maybe empty it? Yep. And there's the scrying sphere. Okay, so we're seeing the future as us blowing things
It's
up.
already
Gotcha.
dry as a bone.
Oh! More future. Sorry, and that was CF. Oh my god, it's doing different ones. Ugh.
Bishop Mandible. What in the world is he up to?
Okay, fuck. I need to go. So it was C. Yeah. Second, I'm kind of running out of space on this notepad. Dang, I don't know the rest of that one. Well, I guess we can see if it rotates through them? Yes, alright. Going to the volcano. We get the high C. F. G. And I'm guessing that means that's our final spell? Hey, Wobbly, good to see you.
Bishop Mandible. What in the world is he up to?
Accidentally wrapped my finger on the desk here. Ouch. So now this is a dry hole. Alright, so we've got open, close, light, spin both ways, empty and fill, change something to green and ungreen a thing, turn straw to gold and ungold a thing, specifically straw. We can stealth and unstealth. We can incite fear, wake and sleep, heal, and our reflection. Maybe a reflection on the sphere? Like, I don't know what else we can do here. Oh, and then we have one that we can't cast, which is Swan, which I'm guessing is the final spell. If you ungreen lettuce, does it become a burger? I don't feel like the opposite of lettuce is beef.
Work well enough without drafts, remember?
But maybe I'm wrong. Like, we can't even leave this room. So there's something. Do we just open the dry hole and that starts the volcano?
That must not be the right draft.
Man, there's not a lot to do here. So, I mean, I guess we can just test everything one by one. Doesn't make sense to do anything on the sphere. Like, it's kind of pretty specifically saying that we can't. I could fill this back up again, but, like, that just sets us back to where we were, right? I guess I could get myself very wet by doing it. Ah, no, we walk away first. Okay. Huh. So then is there anything we can do with a pool of water that we couldn't do with the dry hole? I mean, I can empty it again. What if I can become my own greatest fear?
That must not be the
Dang.
right draft.
What if we keep filling the hole with water?
What was I trying to do? Flood the whole cave?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, that was, mm-hmm. No, you nailed it. That was what I was trying to do. Thank you, game. I mean, it gave us a big hint that we shouldn't do anything with the sphere. But maybe that's wrong? Maybe I am supposed to do spells at the sphere. I suppose I could fill the sphere.
Spheres work well enough without drafts, remember?
Is it just that there's a way that I can walk now that it's dry? No?
It's already dry as a bone.
Yes, I know.
It's already dry as a bone. It might help to point at something first.
And we could close the hole. It's saying it's a hole, so I feel like it's like a hole in that it's a depression, though, not like it's an entrance to something.
That must not be the right draft.
I'll take a hint here from Boix since you're here still. This is one of those moments where I'm like, I could just go through the list of everything that we have. Like our, 3 sticky notes now worth of these are all the spells that I have as actions. But this feels like it would be a bit of a waste of time in a way because it's just... This one doesn't make any sense to me. I am just literally rubbing my face against everything, like, doing that, like, take everything in your inventory and just go like this across the entire screen. See which one's which. This is a weird puzzle. Because it's telling me don't do anything with the sphere, but it's about the only thing that's here. I did write down what the sphere played. Yep. But I can't play it.
That thread's too high for me.
Because it's the high C. You're done here. Exit right. I've tried to exit. What do you mean exit right? I can't leave. I have been trying to leave. Like... Can I go up top here? Somehow? No? Fuck you! Fuck you, game. I'd been trying that, like, the whole time. I kept on clicking everywhere, trying to figure out, like, well, okay, it's not letting me leave, so there must be something else to do here that lets me go. Man, that sucks. And we've mentioned that it's kind of a constant problem with this one. Pixel hunting exits is just never good. Like, pixel hunts in general are bad, but it's extra terrible when it's, like, just trying to get out of a room. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, so I can't point my staff at that. Oh, I can do it at the rock. Sure. What would I do with that? Heal, maybe? Maybe healing it will refix the bridge?
Repair costs must be spiraling. That must not be the right draft.
Okay, so heal does not do it. Oh boy. Can we reflect it so it's also on the other side? Spin it, maybe? Nope, not G. I pressed A.
That didn't help at all.
Okay, so if we spin it... Because I might go to here too, right?
Well, that only twisted it tighter.
Yeah, okay, so the other way. Is it gonna untwist it and make it straight? Yeah, okay. Alright, that's clever. I like some of this stuff a lot. A couple of those little things. The annoyance of, like, figuring out where you can leave and enter areas from was slightly annoying before, and now it's like, after that last room, I'm extremely annoyed about that. Went from being, like, you know, a 3 out of 10 to now, like, a 9 or something. Like, ugh. It's frustrating as hell.
He's fast asleep.
Alright, well, we know the wake-up one.
It might help to point at something first.
I don't unpoint at things.
Hello there. What's that? Your music woke me up.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, not to worry. I'm Rusty Nailbender.
I'm Bobbin Threadbare, of the Weavers.
There's some LucasArts ass names in this, I gotta give them
I'm supposed to
that.
be getting firewood for the master, but this plateau is being picked cleaner than a new blade. Come over here. That's us down there. The forge. That's what we call it. I've heard you weavers don't get out much.
That's
What's your
pretty
business
rad.
here?
I've been looking for a flock of swans.
Swans? No. No swans around here. Oh, say, all this talk has made me sleepy. A real pleasure, though. Oh, let me know if you find your swans. Oh.
Oh god, please. Game, no. Point, streamer. It would be one thing if I was forgetting to point, but I did point at it, figured the boy was sleeping and tried to wake it up, but then it did a little cutscene to show that it was sleeping and unpointed me at it. Okay, so I can't go down this way. So now I have no idea, like, do I click down here? Yes, I do. Sure.
Oh, who are you?
Just me, a friendly stranger?
This is a private guild, my strange young friend. The gate only opens for members.
Alright. So, can I... Well, it will also open if I play a song of opening? Aha. What the fuck, man? Get out. Okay, it's pretty good. So... Also, be stealthy.
Well, that didn't work. Well, that didn't work.
Okay, can't look at that. I like that a lot of these screens are fairly simple about what's on them. That there's like one puzzle or two puzzles on screen at most. I think that's good for the game in general. Like when it's not entirely clear a lot of the time what you can interact with, it does help for it to be a little simpler in some of that. So, I mean, we can open it, but that doesn't do anything. So we need to, like, do fear or make ourselves a reflection or something? Huh.
Well, that didn't work. It might help to point at something first.
Can I leave? Thank you. Just go right back up here. If we wake up Rusty... Wait, can I steal Rusty's form? Is that what reflection does? Wow, that is super unclear. I'm surprised that I realized that. That was not an obvious solution, I don't think. Hey, friend.
Hello, young nailbender. About time you were coming home. Stoke's been looking for you, and he ain't real happy. You better get in there right now.
Oh. Yeah, I'm surprised that that one clicked with me as fast as it did. Alright, we have done 4 hours of this, though. I think we have enough to successfully rank this game. I'm probably going to come back to this and finish it off. It's an interesting game. So that already says some good things about it, I would say. Oh, that's not... Please don't show my desktop. Neat. Cool bug. Let's think about ranking this bad boy. Where did we put Loom? It's not a Day of the Tentacle or a Maniac Mansion for me. It is really unique and cool in a lot of what it's doing. I do have that problem of the lack of clarity of, like, exiting some screens and stuff is really frustrating. But obviously, like, that layer of abstraction, that's such a interesting idea for how puzzle games work. And, like, the unique nature of the verbs is really cool, because it kind of just adds a second layer to every puzzle, where you have to actually puzzle out what your verb is in the first place. But then, like Loafsneeze is saying, it does then do lots of doing a thing just because you can do a thing, which is just teaching you more threads on your staff. But, like, why would I ever light this dragon on fire? What does that do? Well, nothing. But it does teach me a new note. Okay. Like, some of it is very much just fucking around to fuck around. Which... I think that in general it's a plus. In general, I think that it's a positive thing the way that it does that. But it does lead to some weird, like, you're just fucking around with stuff just to mess with it so that you can see how stuff works. And it doesn't always land perfectly. Like, it makes sense when you see the shepherd and you learn, oh, okay, sleep and unsleep, right? Like, sleep and wake as an idea for the spells. That's a good way of doing it. But then seeing the dragon and being like, oh, well, I've spun straw into gold before. I know, I'll just spin this gold into straw so the dragon lights it on fire is just kind of the epitome of moon logic type stuff. You think it's worse than unlocking a door with a fish because at least in that instance you know you want to unlock the door? It's not. Not for that one. I'll disagree on that level because that one was just really something. But it's not great all the time. Like, I think it is a puzzle design thing the more that I think about it, because of how sometimes it does it in a really good kind of natural way. Like seeing the sick lamb and then learning the heal spell from Fleece. Or seeing the, like, again, the shepherd sleeping and then waking up and stuff and then being like, oh, okay, well, I can use that later. But then, like, the dragon is just not great. And a few of the spells are so, like, narrow focused, they can only solve one specific thing. And then the specific thing that they're solving is really weird and, like, why would I ever want to do this? Is strange. That being said, we spent almost no time on it, because there's not a lot to interact with there. So it... You know, you're just kind of like, well, I mean, this is the only thing that makes sense, I guess. Like, I don't know why I do it, but I guess we can. So let's just, like, look at the list. Where is it obviously better than a game? Because in general, I really, really liked the premise of this and the world that they built. And just the idea of, like, reversing the spells was a cool twist. Even if ultimately it all is just an abstraction of doing verbs, there's something about that feeling of solving it in a different way that really adds to it. That, like, there's no other adventure games, especially at this time, like 1990, no other point-and-click adventures and stuff were doing this kind of thing. This is a really unique kind of idea for it, and I think that's really awesome. I do love that part of it. Even if it's not always perfect, I still want to give it some props for that. I think that I would say it's just better than the Star Trek one. And the Star Trek one was great. Like, that was a really good one. Yay, T-Jabs! Thanks for that 4 years almost of subbing. Good to see you today. Is it better than Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis? Like, I kind of think so. I kind of like it more than that. I kind of like it more than the Indiana Jones one. I think that my thing was the Indiana Jones one tried to have, like, a lot of humor in it, and it wasn't bad humor, but it never got more than, like, a huh out of me, if that makes sense. And then a lot of the puzzles were just, besides that, like, it's very, very well done, and very well, like, the art's great, the music's good, all that kind of stuff is great with it. But so, same thing here. And, like, but it's just kind of standard for, like, what Lucas does. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, it's a puzzle game. Yeah. I didn't find any of, like, what it was doing especially unique in the way that, like, Loom is. Loom is such a unique game in how it's doing it. I will say, in terms of uniqueness, okay, we're gonna say it's better than Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. What is it obviously worse than? Well, Commander Blood, obviously. Commander Blood was amazing. Speaking of games we need to go back to, I need to actually finish Commander Blood. Holy shit, that thing was wild last time. I don't think it's as good as One Must Fall. I think we're gonna go... I like it more than Lost Vikings. That one little dude's still starving. Yeah, that's true. There's so much more space television to watch. Like, you want to talk about weird, unique puzzle games? Holy shit, Commander Blood. Like, that, I mean, it's essentially a point-and-click adventure game, but it is so wildly different. It's the only thing that I could possibly compare it to, but also not really. But also, yeah, it's... Oh, man. We'll have to do more Commander Blood. I might have to go back and play the first one, Captain Blood. Although it's not a DOS game. I think that one's only Amiga. I like it more than Lost Vikings, but I don't think it goes much higher. Hey, this photo rips you little floppies. Yeah, I like this as a background for this. Thanks, Wobbly. It's gonna go right here. If you were to ask me about Loom, I'd say, you know what? That's a top 25 DOS game. You bet it is. For now. No. I mean, Loom beating out some real heavyweights here. When you're looking at this list now, like, it's getting really tough to rank things, because we've gotten some absolute unreal classics. Day of the Tentacle, Doom, NetHack, Wing Commander, Descent, Warcraft 2, like, Might and Magic World of Zine, Commander Keen, both of the games, like, Duke Nukem, tons of adventure games, both Sierra and LucasArts. There are some real big games up at the top of this now. Like, we have done some ranking at this point. I've not done a Halloween Harry. No. That one I don't have. But we even have, like, Akalabeth, The World of Doom, which is the very first game by Sir Richard Garriott. Before Ultima, there was Akalabeth. And I mean, there's a lot of... I would say, like, some of my favorite games for DOS before this are rated down in, like, the 40s and stuff. Like, I really liked Mystic Towers when I was a kid. I think that game's still even kind of interesting. Like, there's some cool stuff with it. And it's only top 50. Like, there is a real list here. Scorched Earth is a fantastic game. The mother of all games, some would say. And it's 38. So we've got some good ones. And some good ones. But yeah, congratulations to the little Loom that could. Almost cracking top 20. I couldn't let go of Epic Pinball. Epic Pinball's so cool. But yeah, man, Loom was neat. I think this is a really neat way to do like a point-and-click game. And it's kind of... It almost makes me feel a little bit sad about the way that point-and-clicks have gone, because there's not that many of this style of adventure anymore. Like, point-and-click adventure games just aren't much of a thing anymore. There's a little bit here and there, and you've got, like, the Telltale stuff, and you've got... Like, that's kind of the new version, and then you've got, like, Broken Age and some of the stuff that... Double Fine has done since, some remakes and stuff now, but they all kind of tend to be in that same vein as, like, a Maniac Mansion established long time ago, like Cat Lady, which we did a few years back, or stuff like that. But this opens up a lot of possibilities for other ways to do adventure games, like that level of abstraction of doing it all through these puzzle kind of songs that you learn and then trying to fit them together is really cool. And it makes me sad that nobody was playing around with more of that stuff. It's a very interesting and immersive way to have you use your verbs. And I mean, ultimately, like I said, when you really boil it down, okay, fine, yeah, it's not any different than having the verbs themselves at a certain point. But if you boil it down that much, you can say the same thing about a shooter. I mean, a shooter's just an adventure game where you click on people's heads. That's the way to solve all the problems, right? Like, yeah, technically kind of, if you just, like, get ultimately really reductive about it. But the way that it does it is very interesting, and it's a damn cool game. I'm really surprised. Really surprised that I haven't heard more about Loom before now. And it's a real hidden treasure. What a cool game. So thank you so much for doing that, Boix. I appreciate the Loom recommendation, and we will have to play through a little bit more of it soon. TM. Because I really do have Commander Blood that I need to get through. And yeah, get that Ichiban in there. I will be back next week with a little more DOScider, but we'll also be back tomorrow. We have our whole schedule up on the channel. I'm going to send you out to somewhere else, so don't go away. And like I said, if you wanted to look up any of these games, we have the DOScider website you can find on NeoCities. You can join the Discord and check the schedule out there, or if you're a sub or a patron, you can request a game every month. You can find all of the old VODs, the episodes up on the YouTube, do all that kind of stuff. And hey, if you just like the stream, those follows do mean a lot. Always check out the podcast also, which I have with my good friend Boix. We do good boys and bad movies, bad dog movies. And I'm going to send you somewhere else, so don't go away. And have a wonderful afternoon.